These are the top crypto stories of the day, everybody. We're looking at some ETH ETF breaking news. We have exposed a lie from Blackrock. Also, huge victory lap for everybody who watched the video last night. Our token is pumping today, baby, and our trades are still profitable. It's time to discover crypto.
Ow!
Ow.
Capital flight is coming to the United States. The dollar is going to zero.
And that's what makes Bitcoin so special.
You have to have gone through a couple cycles to understand.
Once the price is able to clear this level, the breakout is on its way.
This is your indication to jump in now.
Thank you for joining, everybody. Smash the like button right now. Let's shock the YouTube overlords, everybody. For all the new viewers, welcome. We're going to talk about some crypto. We're going to talk about ETH ETF. We're going to talk about Blackrock. And then I have to give Josh, I have to anoint him for just calling a beautiful, beautiful altcoin play last night. And even if you jumped in a little after the video, you're doing great today. But I think, should we just lead with some Blackrock, or people want to see the markets?
I think we should see the market first, because we're getting green. You know, we called the bottom near perfectly on stream together at the $61,000 range, looking at, of course, signals and high block with the liquidations. 61,000. It tapped it. It bounced off of it. And now we're getting 20, 30, 40, 100% gainers over the coming days. So I would definitely like to see what is pumping in the last 24 hours. But I think we should start with, of course, Bitcoin hitting, guys. $67,000 again. One of the largest green candle day trades.
A little bit below. If you go ahead and hit refresh right now, Harry, you got to diversify your bonds, friend. All right, so Bitcoin is now $66,979, still up 4.4% for the day. If you look at ETH, above 3,500. Who got in at $3,200 ETH? Maybe bought a little there. BNB finally having a good day and said, Solana, you need to sit down. I am the number 4 altcoin. I am the number 4, cryptocurrency by market cap. Solana is up for the day, though. It is up 8.4%. Let's see here. If we keep going down, XRP, nice green day for XRP. It is up 4.4%. Cardano. Who recalls we opened a long live on stream? I'm still in it. I might go ahead and take some profit. I might take a half profit. What are you going to say?
I just said me. I remember.
Oh, you remember. You were there? You were there?
I was
All right.
there.
So, we jumped in around 61 cents, and right now we're at 63.5 cents. So we're still just riding the long on Blofin, and we should have a Blofin.
Doing?
Slurf? Oh, we're still in the Slurf trade. I closed a little bit more. So we're around 40% is still in the trade, but we got in at 40 some odd cents. So I mean, we got in, we got in there.
We got in early. So I had to scroll down there to see the entry point.
Yeah, feeling good. And before I leave today, I want to be able to go to sleep and sleep peacefully. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a take profit right below those. But back to the charts here. All right, so Avalanche. Still kind of hot. It is up 2.3%. But look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin blasting 14%. And I have a hot Dogecoin take that I bounced off Nick last night. I heard from Forrest. And Nick, what were your thoughts? Well, let's not tell the people what we're thinking, but what were your thoughts about my bold thesis?
It was insane at first. But then the more I considered it and put my pride to the side, I hated that you were probably right.
Putting pride to the side is something that is difficult in crypto. Sometimes you get a little biased. Sometimes I am team coin X. And then someone's like, well, coin Y might be better on this particular thing. You're like, no, my coin is my favorite coin.
Well, I do want to talk about, too, if you scroll down just a little bit further, you'll notice Bitcoin Cash is up 12%, which is just, Bitcoin trash ultimately.
Yeah, BCH is around 20. Yep, it is up 12%.
We have a new altcoin that is creeping up from the top 30. Potentially top 20 here soon that we've been talking about since top 200.
Oh, wow.
And that is Stacks slowly making its way up on that leaderboard.
All right, good job there on that call there. All right, well, speaking of leaderboard, who is leading the way? And folks, if you want your portfolio to mimic the top 10 coins and by market cap gains, hit the like button. That's all you have to do. And boom, just like that, some Floki holder did hit the like button. They're like, oh my God, it actually worked. Swee is up today. Folks, I actually went into the depths, into the canals of crypto journalism. Wow. I could not see any Swee news that is breaking. Part of me is thinking this is just, it's a coin that hasn't pumped yet. And we were talking about Swee, Say, and Tia.
Did you hit refresh on
hadn't
that
pumped
one
yet.
time?
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if CoinMarketCap just doesn't have Yeah, I don't think they have. Ondo's actually still leading the 24 hours, but I don't see
All
it
right, so
on
you
there.
have it on the. Oh, don't worry. We're going to get to your Ondo call. You know what? You went ahead and you front ran the people. So let's go ahead and look at Ondo. We did a video
I'm just curious
night.
why it's not on CoinGecko.
We did a video last night that dropped at 7 p.m., which is going to be 1900 military hours. And so, boom, we dropped the video. If you jumped in, you still got in at a good place. Say you bought the wick. Oh, man, I watched it and everybody bought it. I bought the wick. You're down. You're like, oh, man, that's what I get for not having those notifications on. You got to have those notifications on. Even if you bought that wick right there, you're still in profit right now. So good job. You know what? I anoint you. I got to give you this scepter.
Oh, I get the scepter?
You get the scepter.
I get the crypto scepter,
man.
guys.
You're the crypto wizard.
I am now predicting the future here. And it tells me that Bitcoin layer 2s are going to retire me.
You literally gave people the top coin, the top coin in the top 100. I see what you mean. If you look here on my screen, it's 103.
Mm-hmm.
So on Coin Market Cap, you're going to see this in the top 100 gainers.
Oh, that's
We're
why.
just a little bit outside, so that's why you don't see it there. But 33%. If we look at the best gainers, you're beating you're beating Floki.
Look,
so congrats.
It must be the scepter. That's what this is. You know, it's obviously moving higher and higher with the RWA narrative, which we will talk about later in this episode. Because in that same video, you talked about a little bit in the intro, but was BlackRock lying to us? And
BlackRock's always lying. BlackRock's always lying.
Are they ever going to tell the truth?
Oh, hey, stick around about 2 minutes. We're going to start talking about BlackRock's lies here. SWI is up. Conflux, the Chinese Ethereum, is also up. Caspa. Good job, Nick. You are up, but you're still down for the 30 days here. Axelar is up, and Dogecoin, I'll go ahead and say it, folks. I think Doge could be a potential ETF. It could potentially even beat Ethereum. And hear me out, folks.
You had a great take on this.
Doge is more, and I heard it from Sistine Research first. Doge is more decentralized than Ethereum. Doge is a fork, essentially, of Litecoin, which is a fork of Bitcoin. So, boom, it already has a little bit of not grandfathered in to be an ETF or grandfathered in to be a commodity, but it's the grandson of the coin that is grandfathered in. So it's in the lineage. It's in the family tree there.
I'm going to verify this. So if you go to, Josh, you can pull this up on your side. If you go to miningpoolstats.stream.
I'm about to get fact checked by the mining expert live. I'm a little nervous.
I'm about to back you up live.
Ooh.
Because this is a position I've been on. And then you click on Dogecoin and scroll all the way down. Josh, scroll all the way down. That's the hash rate distribution. So
we share it to the viewers.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's actually about as decentralized. I would say it's actually more decentralized than Bitcoin.
It is far more decentralized than Bitcoin. And if you look at,
let me, I'll put them side by side comparisons.
Yeah, side by side. You can also pull up Litecoin. Litecoin and Dogecoin are more decentralized.
We're not going to talk about Litecoin though.
We have to talk about Litecoin.
So yeah, for you guys that don't know, here's Bitcoin's hash rate. So it's pretty much divvied up between 4 large miners. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 miner or mempools essentially control the entire hash rate for Bitcoin's network. For Dogecoin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so it's actually technically you can even throw it in here with the other pools, but
those are
definitely you
solo
can
miners.
tell that there's smaller percentages and that there is that more. There's technically more decentralizations there. Litecoin, okay, is going to be Litecoin's about just as bad as Bitcoin. It's on par. It's on par. But people don't know about mempools, so it doesn't matter. Mempools make the elites just richer, like BlackRock and of course Marathon with their new Slipstream service. So shout out to them.
DJ Snowcone probably is the best Litecoin take that I've heard in a while. Don't sleep on Litecoin. People are hating on it, but don't forget Grayscale has a large Litecoin trust.
Yes, they do,
and they will pump it. I think that's a really good narrative, and also not so much now, but in 2023, 2022. And especially 2021 and before, if you saw a cable news channel and they're talking about crypto and they're like, oh, this new Bitcoin thing, it's like $10,000, you would typically see 3, 4, sometimes 5 coins. They throw them up. They throw it up on the screen. You see the ticker and you would see Bitcoin, you would see Ethereum. Oftentimes you see Doge, but you would see Litecoin. You would see LTC with the 3 or 4 tickers. So just be cautious fading Litecoin. I don't think anyone's going to be using it as the silver to Bitcoin's gold anytime soon, but
this is going to be traded. It's like Bitcoin Cash is up 13% today.
Yeah, it's going to be traded. Cult of personality.
Do you use Bitcoin Cash?
I've never sent Bitcoin as a payment.
Yeah, let alone Bitcoin Cash.
Yeah, let alone Bitcoin Cash. All right, now everybody, let's look at the big losers, and then we're going to talk about the biggest loser of all, BlackRock. All right, so
Wow,
another victory lap. I hate to say it, man. I hate giving you your flowers here.
This is. Let's just put this. This back up here real quick, just so you guys can see. Oh, we got to look at the charts first. Look at the charts
so
first.
Part of the reason I'm saying that is Josh took a lot of profits on AI to maybe buy back in at a lower price. He's not fading AI forever. And we look, the two biggest losers of the day, which there aren't many, are just two AI tokens. So you had a thesis, Render, strong project, great project. I think it was at $13 or $14, was a little overbought. So 13 and some change. That was your thesis.
Yeah.
Are you willing to say I have an entry point and this is what it is?
For like right now,
for
when I
Render.
enter back it. Yeah. So for rent, I mean, I would like to see it come back down to like $7, $8.
Okay,
$7,
So
$8.
like, and I don't know if that's going to happen. Like if you scroll down to on the hourly or the 24-hour, you'll see that it's Singularity, it's Akash, it's Arweave, it's BitTenter. Like they're the slowest performers with the market rebounding. All I was saying was just based off being in here with multiple cycles, we both know this. There's trends in these markets. And the next shiny object is going to be the one that sees more gains and value within that. And I think what really got me to be like, okay, I think 95% of this industry is a bubble for AI was, of course, Patrick, if you guys watch MPS Crypto out at NVIDIA's conference, they have like literally these AI companies that are buying Lamborghinis, wrapping it just like it was Bitcoin Miami. You know, buy our token. It's the best thing in the world, but it really has no functionality, different to the person sitting next to them at the next booth. There's a lot of copy pasta stuff. And I was just like, okay, this is kind of a bubble at this point. Is AI going to stick around? 100%. Can Render go to $20 in the future? Potentially, right? So for right now, I'm just looking for those next trends. That's going to be DeFi, Bitcoin layer 2s, and of course, I love decentralized science. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Good points there. All right, well, let's talk about BlackRock, everybody. All right, Ethereum welcomes a game changer, everyone. BlackRock's yield-bearing stable coin? What is going on here? All right, so on Wednesday, BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager. I might just move.
Nope, hang on. Don't worry,
I think we're good now, right?
Good. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks perfect. It's beautiful. Immaculate. All right, so on Wednesday, they announced the launch of its first tokenized fund on the ETH blockchain.
Whoa!
And it's going to be called Buildle, kind of throwing an homage to HODL right there. How are you going to choose to pronounce that? Buildle? Biddle or Boodle?
Or
it's Biddle.
Boodle.
Well, so it's hold, and we say HODL. So Biddle. It's got to be Biddle. It's got to be Biddle.
I will poll the audience.
All right. Biddle or Beetle or Bottle. All right. I think we can only do two choices. Did you see Weld today? I hope it's doing well. I hope it's doing well for you. Bluff City breaks. All right. So BlackRock chose Ethereum for this tokenized token, everybody. And according to Robert Nick, the head of digital assets for BlackRock, the introduction of this token is the continuation of their commitment to innovation within digital asset place. This is the latest progression of our strategy here and highlighting the goal of developing solutions that address real-world client, aka, hey, we have a new way to monetize things. All right, securi-ties is proud to announce we have partnered with BlackRock. Together, we're launching the Biddle, and this will provide investors the opportunity to earn US dollar yield while subscribing to the fund with securitized. And the initial is going to be Anchorage, initial participants, Anchorage, BitGo, Coinbase, and Fireblock. So we're seeing some of the usual names here. And tokenization, the heart of their strategy, with this enabling the issuance and trading of ownership on the ETH blockchain. This approach not only widens access to on-chain offerings, but also ensures instantaneous and transparent settlement, along with interoperability across platforms, courtesy of America's oldest bank, BNY Mellon, designed to maintain a stable value of dollar per token and distributing daily accrued dividends directly to investors' wallets as new tokens each month. So remember when your savings account would pay you 4% interest, then it eventually became 0.004% interest. This is going to be yield for the billionaires and multimillionaires. If we had to guess, what do you guys think this yield's going to be? Like 5%, 10%?
Something low.
Something low. Something low. I don't think it'll be Celsius levels.
No.
UST levels.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, that would be
if
pretty bad.
If you don't know where the yield come from, it doesn't exist. Is that their famous last words, literally the day before it collapsed?
Yeah, but the reaction's very, very positive. I think it is very positive for ETH. And the head of growth at Athena Labs, at his excitement, freaking BlackRock launch a yield-bearing stablecoin, and you're not bullish on crypto. we have come a long way. Very, very bullish here. That's the tweet I was just pulling up. And then what's the narrative here? Well, tokenized U.S. Treasuries grew to $845 million. So we're starting to see more and more tokenization. But people want to know, all right, so that's great. That's fine. That's dandy. I'm not going to get this Blackrock stablecoin. I want to piggyback on, say, the picks and shovels strategy. Who's going to be a big winner? Who's going to capitalize off this? My first thought, I'm obviously biased, is Chainlink. I think Chainlink might, even though it wasn't mentioned in the article, I think Chainlink could be a bigger winner than Ethereum in this.
Yeah, I mean, I do believe Chainlink's the largest RWA provider out there by far. And it's not even on the real world assets list. Like whenever they created that in CoinGecko, they completely left out the fact that Chainlink is like the ultimate solution. Now, that's not me to be biased because I am a Chainlink holder and I think it's a blue chip or anything. But the sense of, and if you guys watched last night's video, I said I would be careful with RWAs. They're going to pump. They're going to move. It's like the ISO 222 trend of 2021. Same thing, right? It's replacing our entire financial infrastructure. That's the narrative. That's the trend. BRICS is going to take over and we need to digitalize everything. Where I think the true pickaxes come from this is what BlackRock is not disclosing and is what they've been lying to us about this entire time, which is that blockchain is the new oil for them because it consumes and is a new way to analyze more and more data. And you've heard that phrase, data is the new oil. With securi-ties, digitalizing and putting, obviously issuing a token here, they're going to be able to track every single trader, every single stockholder, every single person that utilizes this. They'll see the entire movement of that data, and that's what they want. They want to consume that as much as possible. So when you think of that, I'm thinking of Chainlink's oracles, CCIP. That is kind of the first thing I'm going to mold over to. Now, I haven't found anything on this with connections over to it. There's no connections with RWAs in terms of the list that I looked into. I spent a long time yesterday trying to find out, okay, where's BlackRock connected? It seems like, and if I want to pull up Ondo again here, Ondo Finance is pumping hard today.
Yeah, we have an article on that. I can briefly go through.
Yeah, I would cover that. I would definitely jump on it, but I'm probably getting ahead of the schedule here for today's run of show.
Man, you're just trying to give the people the alpha, and you're so excited about it. I think a reason Chainlink could capitalize, one, Chainlink is having meetings with BlackRock. We know that from our sources. They're having meetings, everybody. And also, one of Chainlink's use cases is going to be connecting public blockchains with private blockchains. When you think of private blockchain, you need to think of a private blockchain used by JP Morgan, a private blockchain used by BlackRock. Private blockchains for banks to talk amongst themselves. All right, so we have our assets. We're moving things around. We don't want Johnny Law to see it. We don't want our competitors to see it. Most importantly, we don't want John Q. Public to see what we're doing on our blockchain. And Chainlink, for better or worse, think of it as a messaging protocol on the internet, like TCP or something. It's just going to be a language to facilitate communications. And so BlackRock has a vested interest in private blockchains. We're seeing that right here. And I think Chainlink's going to be a big winner. But if we look at there's other couple winners here. This is not the only company that's helping with tokenization. Josh found the alpha and identified, the number one of the top tokenization protocols is Ondo, because Ondo has a product called Short-Term U.S. Government Bond Fund, and they use their token to represent ownership of a share of the fund and its yield. CoinGecko highlighted that.
Hang on, is that multi-chain? Is Ondo multi-chain?
Josh, no, I think it's just ERC.
Yeah,
because I see a Polygon icon.
Oh no, it is. Yeah, Polygon.
Okay,
Solana,
within EVM. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Solana.
no, it looks like they're multi-chain. So this is what I'm doing more research into, because obviously I'm not going to be a stablecoin developer expert and understand the flow of this from a legal perspective as well. Because from my understanding, the way this is set up, like it doesn't even make sense for U.S. institutions to be able to access it from a legal perspective, or accredited investors. Like they can put their money in, but how do they get it actually out? And so why Ondo's pumping primarily is the genius behind the marketing of this platform. This is what I think. When you go on ondo.finance, and this is what every basic creator is going to look at, they're going to scroll down, and the first thing they're going to see is exceptional partners, and then instantly read the big giant black highlighted word right here in bold, which is BlackRock, right? So they're going to automatically go, oh, this has ties to BlackRock. Well, then you just read the fine print. It says high quality assets and managers. Our funds, so Ondo's funds, invest exclusively into multi-billion dollar. So they're just investing into iShares. They're using iShares, and they're digitalizing the platform and tokenizing it with their stable coins. These are just stable coins. So USDY, of course, OUSG. So I gotta do even a deeper dive into this before I give like direct opinions on the overall protocol.
Yeah.
But from when I was like reading, and when I was like looking through the white paper and everything that they're trying to establish, I was like, why wouldn't Blackrock, in the video, this was 4 hours before the major announcement of them saying, oh, we actually launched one. I go, I would imagine they're going to partner with a centralized company and take advantage of this themselves because they want control of that data. They like when Larry Fink talks about tokenizing every single security, he wants to tokenize every single security, not because it's easier and better use for the retailer. That's a very, very small part of it. It's because the amount of data that they're going to be able to obtain from doing so is going to allow them to make so much more money in the future, and they want to be able to sell that data. And so that's kind of how I was looking at it. And of course, Ondo's going to move with that, but that's why I gave a realistic price prediction of it's going to pump. I just don't know if it's not going to be like the next BlackRock, if that makes sense.
Rees gang, maybe we can discuss that potentially. All right, Ondo token briefly hits new all-time high following a 40% surge. And speaking to the multi-chain situation here, they had previously integrated with SUI, Solana, and Aptos blockchains in addition to some EVM coins. What were you gonna say?
I was going to say interesting.
Interesting.
I am
very
heavily
interesting.
underallocated.
Really good job, Josh, though. I just want to give you a good job on that one. All right, authorities investigate ETH Foundation, and the SEC seeks to classify ETH as a security. This happened too late for us to cover in the live stream yesterday. We did cover it on ATB, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, authorities are now investigating the ETH Foundation. This foundation largely associated with running Ethereum. Some would say, no, it's fully decentralized at this point. But SEC seeks to classify ETH as a security. They report on Wednesday, citing Foundation's GitHub commit published last month. Organization received an official notice from a voluntary inquiry from an unnamed regulatory body, including a requirement for confidentiality. So essentially, their GitHub had a note on it, and the note said, we're not under investigation. Then they had to take that note down. And so now people are kind of looking into it and saying, all right, they're definitely under investigation by a government entity. And some are saying Fortune is reporting it is the SEC. I don't know if it's been verified here, but the investigation centered around uncovering whether Ether could be classified as a security token. Some familiar with the watchdog said it began in 2022 after the migration to a proof-of-stake blockchain through the process known as the merge. So it's not Hinman emails. It's not things that happened in 2015, 2014. These are newer situations regarding maybe the proof-of-stake, proof-of-work merge right there, or a changeover. SEC also extended the probe to the ETH Foundation. The authorities subpoenaed companies that had business dealings with the foundation to provide documents and financial records related to their interactions with them. Probably seeing how much of a hand did the ETH Foundation have in saying, we're migrating to a whole new system. We're going to have to upgrade ETH. What do they need? What's the smoking gun going to be? Do it or else? Do this or else because we're in charge of Ethereum. I don't know if they would be that loose with their language and their messages.
No, this feels like nothing burger.
It feels like nothing burger to me. I have a hot take on it, and it's related to it as being a nothing burger.
Is it? I think it's going to be what we said in the basement yesterday, but go ahead. We'll see.
Let's see if we have hive mind here, because we are some unique thinkers, but sometimes great minds think alike.
Yes,
it is my suspicion here, and this is all. I have no insight. I'm not in the SEC. I'm not talking to Gary or Gary's twin. It is my belief, though, that this is all going to be used as a ruse for justification to deny the ETH ETF.
What?
And they're going to say, we cannot approve this ETH ETF. It's under investigation, y'all. How could we approve this thing that's under investigation? Someone will raise their hand and be like, well, you're the one who started the investigation under, potentially false premises. Yeah. Oh, no, we would never do that. It's under investigation. What are you talking about? You're an idiot. That's my guess. What was the basement's take?
Most of the basement's take, I don't even know. Most of the basement's take was this is ETH FUD to keep people out of ETH before the ETF. I think it's just that simple. I think it's the same as all the China FUD, the mining FUD to keep people out of Bitcoin during 22 and 23.
Okay.
I think it's just that simple.
Occam's razor, simplest explanation.
Occam's razor, because the CFTC has already said they view ETH as a commodity. Boom.
Okay, so it's both FUD. You're saying it's FUD to suppress price. I'm saying it's FUD for denial. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, and I think Gary, I don't know. I don't think Gary's really in control anymore. So I think someone put through an investigation. Someone who's like trying to get a job somewhere else before Gary goes down. I don't know.
Fink definition, and Larry Fink is the CEO of Blackrock. Fink definition: an unpleasant or contemptible person. Speaking of definitions, guess what definition was changed by Google today? Let's see if chat can figure it out. All right, Coinbase CEO says ETH clearly a commodity, predicts next step if spot Bitcoin ETH ETFs are delayed. So Brian Armstrong, he's going to be a little bit biased, but he's saying it is clearly a commodity. They will, Paul Grewal, their chief legal officer, they're probably going to do a pretty good job arguing this point. Says Armstrong, I think the ETH ETFs very clearly should be approved and everybody deserves equal treatment under the law. Unfortunately, some of this stuff has gotten a little bit politicized at our federal agencies, and there's unfortunately this kind of turf war between the CFTC and the SEC about whether it's a commodity or a security. Little clarification, if it's a commodity, it's in the name, it's regulated by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. And if it's a security, hey, it's in the name, securities, SEC there. So Armstrong says ultimately come down to the court, similar to the way it did for Bitcoin ETFs. All right, and I'm going to do a phone record today. I've figured something out in the charts that you might want to pay attention. And let's just say ETH at 3,200 doesn't feel like the right price. 3,500 now we have pumped. So it doesn't feel correct to me. I think we should be a little bit higher. Let's talk about... we do have the Bitcoin rebound, it looks like probably related to the Fed maintaining rates. There's a saying in the markets hate uncertainty. Yep. And now that we have a little bit more certainty, even though people really don't think anything's changed, we just are more certain that it's not going to change. And then the markets did a pretty good job. But I want to get into the charts. We got Charty McChartface. I don't know what he's going to be called today.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, man. It's
I'm going to show
already
you guys
11.
something after these charts. This is crazy.
Wait, I got the wrong one.
We got to do charts for us with Tim, the Tap Man here from Twitch joining us today. What a crazy coincidence. But Tim, how you doing today? Are the charts looking good? Chat, like that. Just smash the like button because when we come back from charts, I don't know what I just found, but I stumbled upon it. And
all right. We got the Lab Daddy.
No. It's going to change. It's going to change to Tim. Sorry.
Yeah, change.
It's lagging.
Okay,
sorry,
I was going to say, that sounds like something
Right now
more up Kelly's route with the BitLab.
Hey, Tim.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Tim. Good to see you guys. How are you guys doing today? I'm tracking you guys talking about ETH FUD for sure. ETH FUD for sure. I still think on Investing Broz, we called this about a month and some change ago. We said if they do not approve the ETH ETF by May, the excuse is going to be saying it's a security. So it is just an excuse. I didn't mean to share that just yet. It is just an excuse. I don't think people should worry that much. Hopefully, and here's what people really should be crossing their fingers and hoping for. Can this situation and fiasco with Ethereum finally be the undoing of Gary Gensler and get him fired? I think Ethereum can take one for the team for a couple of months if it means we get rid of Gary Gensler. I don't know what you guys think.
I don't think Gary's going anywhere, man, until January at the earliest.
Let me say this. I think hot take is if Biden wins, he's gonna be our next Treasury Secretary. He's gonna replace Yellen.
Possibly, but Gary's pissing off people on both sides of the aisles here more recently, and the decisions he's making make no sense whatsoever. And there's only a matter of time before it catches up with him. But again, who knows? We'll have to see how that goes. When it goes to the Bitcoin chart, so let's check it out. I also have two morning I wanted to take a look at, show you guys. Bitcoin, I told everyone yesterday, very, very good sign right here. Let me pull down some of this stuff. Very good sign we broke this red line. I'm going to get rid of my orange one as well. We were in a falling trading channel. That it's actually extremely bullish that we've broken out of it. Not going to be surprised to see us at least come back down to retest it as support. But there's one problem, and to see the bullishness and feel confident about the bullishness moving forward, you need to get back over this green line right here, 69,000. It was the resistance here just a couple of days ago, but also, of course, that's the former all-time high from back in 2021. I think it's a positive sign we're seeing in the markets right now, but we're not out of the woods yet. And I know people want to be positive and they want to stay bullish and they want to say, oh, Bitcoin price go up. But even as we're talking right now, you guys are watching the chart move to the downside. But potentially, I'm going to give you guys a bullish thing to keep your eyes on. If we keep moving down and we do bounce off this red line and maybe make a bounce right here, well, guess what we have going on for us? A nice little left shoulder, head, right shoulder. That is an inverse head and shoulders pattern, in which case you take the neckline. Potentially, could we get a breakout to look like this? and maybe see Bitcoin shoot back up to new all-time highs, get above that $75,000 level that we've been looking for. Not in play just yet, so definitely keep your eyes on this. Right now, markets are moving to the downside, but that is something with futuristic chart vision to definitely be keeping your eyes on for now. The lower time frames as a whole, when I was looking at a lot of charts this morning, the lower time frames as a whole, not seeing a lot of confirmation either way. Like if I were to come down the hourly chart and I pull up a lot of my oscillators and integrators, Lux Algo here, we have everything flowing negative. You see the MACD flowing negative, and yet money flow still flowing positive. You start to pull up other indicators here telling you where to go. Well, we're still under a buy order that here on the 1 hour chart says to come up to 70,000, but yet everything's still flowing down. And it's the same for pretty much every single altcoin out there right now. You go to ADA, you got mixed signals right here. There's not a lot of them that I'm looking at that I'm saying I feel confident about a trade, but there are two. And I think I'm in profit now on this one. Solana, I just entered a short scalp on Solana because I am seeing this is one of the few. You see the money flow still boring right there, but you come down to lower time frames, we are getting the negative money flow on Solana. We've had the reversals, the bearish momentum. I'm probably going to take a little bit of profit right at about 185. You can see where my smart trail concept is, but there's a little bit I want to maybe see let ride to about 180, back down to some support. And then bounce back potentially to the upside. I'll let you know if something changes with the more macro, but not a lot of trading opportunities out there. But here is the bigger one. I will tell you, it is this coin right here, Space ID. Now, I don't know that much about Space ID in terms of fundamentals, but it has had a massive rally here more recently. That's one sign you're always looking for potential corrections. And then this is probably the biggest thing that's causing me to be bearish on it. Yes, we've had a bearish last couple of candles here, but token unlocks. I don't know if I don't know where we found this one. I think it was what you guys used on the show one time. But tokenunlocks.app, you guys can see the upcoming unlocks that are happening. ID to like 8 hours from now, 9 hours from now, is going to be unlocking 18.23% of their supply.
That's definitely a giant portion.
That is enough for me to say I think that is a decent little short position. Even if you haven't jumped in now, I mean, we're definitely coming to some support. Obviously, this rallied up, came back down, bounced at this level around 124. But these larger time frames, look at the money flow continuing to pour out. The MACD is heating up. We're 27% oversold, but that's nothing. This, I think, has a little further to go down. I'm going to look. I'm probably going to be conservative and look for some take profits right here on 84 cents. Let's see what else we're getting on those larger time frames here. Have not gotten a sell order, not a retaking right there. Take profit right here, 114. But I like the breaking of these levels, breaking the smart shell concept. 18% is no small amount. I'm looking for those levels.
What coin is that again, Tim? What coin is that again?
Space ID. It is.
Yeah, no one cares about that. No one cares about that coin. No one's heard of it. What do we got for Cardano? I'm in a long right now.
Cardano, let's do it.
Yeah, and then do coin 589 that no one cares about after that.
Raven coin.
If you don't care about
I'm messing
making
with
money,
you, Tim. We love you using token unlocks. It's a smart strategy. I would just be wary. Oftentimes at unlock candle, it starts pumping just to wreck the shorts.
Maybe we'll have to wait and see.
I've been using a lot of. I've been doing it. Well, I've been looking at daily candles. I've been doing a lot of backtracking with token unlocks. So I would just say, the 2-3 days ahead of time are usually better than the day of.
Yeah, but there's a combination of a couple things. We'll move away from it though, DZ. I can tell you're not a fan of Space ID shorts today.
Oh no, I'm thinking for the viewers 100% of the time. How many of our 28,000 people watching have heard of that? But anyways, I digress.
Yeah, let's take a look here at what Cardano's looking like. Longer time frames, we hit our take profit. We did have a nice bounce right here with an order block around 58 cents. Similar to Bitcoin, I like the fact that we broke out of this resistance, and there is a take profit a little bit higher, but we're not out of the woods just yet. We're still setting these low highs here in a bearish trend. And right now, while Cardano did have itself a nice 30% dip to the downside, it's altcoins. They can have a little bit more of a move down. I have a little bit. I want to buy more Cardano. My next buy order is probably around 50 cents. If we don't get 50 cents, I'll have to adjust that. but I like the 49.50 area, possibly even falling back down towards 47. But I'm the type of guy that if I call for 47, 46, I buy a little higher just to make sure I don't miss out on the pump.
Well, share my screen real quick. I would say this. If you were to put in some spot buys, if we could share my screen, you know, the old saying, where it wick, it will stick. It only wicked down. Now, we're saying this was a massive wick from 77 cents. Only wicked down to 55. So maybe, you know, if you want to get in at 50, maybe put half that buy order at 55 because the 50 might not fill.
It's all going to come down to really what Bitcoin does next. And again, Bitcoin is showing signs of some potential reversal, but again, not being out of the woods. With Bitcoin, I'm still looking for potentially that $57,000 to $55,000 level. There's some heavy liquidations right there as well. And if Bitcoin falls, I don't see a scenario where Cardano holds up. I think Cardano falls as well. You're going to see yourself for a nice little 25, 27% fall for Bitcoin. It's not weird to see a 40% fall for Cardano. And people, you know, I say this all the time. I want to remind people, don't be afraid of these dips. Be prepared for them and buy more crypto because these dips will not affect the top of the bull market. We're still going to higher levels. These are just the pit stops along the way that you can continue to add to your allocation. I'm still bullish long term, but I'm not convinced yet about the reversal. I feel like there's still way too much positivity. I think that we're going to see a reversal at some point that makes a lot of people feel like they're going to question. They're going to start becoming the bears. They're like, ooh, is the bull market over? Once you see a large amount of people thinking that way, that's when I think we're in a good spot to reverse. Yeah.
No, that's a great point. And Tim, I appreciate it. I was just joshing with you on the token unlocks thing.
Don't throw me into this. I was definitely leasing.
I'm just out here. Listen, if you guys want to make some money trading, we're using Blofin this morning. That's a trade I'm in, and so far I'm profitable. So we'll have to see. With DZ, we'll check back in. We'll see how if you're right and I'm using the wrong site here, we'll find out. But
no, it's the right site. It just sometimes it does the counter move. You know, oh, it's unlocked on at 2 p.m.
Maybe
starts pumping at 2 p.m. You're like, why? You know, they're just wrecking the shorts.
Listen, I agree with you. To me, though, it's the 18%. We're not talking about 5%. We're not talking about 6%. We're talking about 18%. A very hefty amount is about to be unlocked. That's
hefty
not a bullish.
Like Tim's
that's not
deadlifts.
A bullish
like your deadlifts there.
You guys have a great day.
Real quick.
All right, appreciate it. What does it say? Big Tim Fibonacci?
Big Fibonacci. Yeah, I like that.
Oh my God.
We have Josh deleting your chat boxes, folks. I'm trying to read what you're saying, but Josh doesn't want me to. All right. Now, there is a little bit of bad news with, corporate Bitcoin holdings here. You can see the story right above me. Spot Bitcoin ETFs had a third straight day of net outflows, $261 million bled. It bled. It's now bled 742 in 3 trading days. So we've had 3 red days in a row when it comes to these ETFs. So we're not just talking about only grayscale. We're talking about just the net total here. IBIT, aka Blackrock had their second lowest ever net inflow day yesterday at 50 million. Yeah, surprise, surprise. IBIT doesn't have outflows. Just 4 million more than their daily low, which happened a long time ago on February 6th. And Fidelity had a similar, just very, very low inflow right there. And if we look, you can see Green Day, we're crushing it. Oh my God, $1 billion right there. Then you look and it starts slowing down. And then we went into the red on Monday, red on Tuesday, red on Wednesday. Let's not make it 4 days in a row. Come on, call up your grandpa and tell him to call his Blackrock advisor and say, I want some of that IBIT. I want some of that Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and throw out a prediction. 3 red days in a row. Is it going to be red today?
No.
I'm just so bullish. I don't think it can be either, but I know it's because I'm biased.
Look, I don't know. I've been literally lost in a rabbit hole right now, guys. And so I'm going to share this with you guys.
Let's go down it.
We'll go down it. But we need to hit 450 likes first, guys, because this is insane. There's 2 cryptos that have some serious ties to, of course, Blackrock and securi-ties. And I'm going to get to that in just a moment. But we first need to hit 450 likes. We're already at 330. There's 1,300 beautiful people watching. Just make sure you smash that like button. And then a special shout out, guys, as we cover real world assets. Special shout out to this segment sponsor, which is, of course, going to be Kula DAO, who does have their upcoming launch here soon. But they are a real world asset platform for diversifying your crypto portfolios out and stationed in Dubai. So again, shout out to Kula Dow here, guys. RWAs are just getting started. This is a trend that is going to start shifting in a lot of RWA products' favors. And I'm going to be showing you guys the two that have the ties, the securi-ties in Blackrock. As soon as we hit 450 likes, guys, that's all you got to do.
All right, $5 from T Cash. Have you ever covered AGI, Delicium AI coin? That would probably be more on your radar. Have you seen that one?
Delicium?
No. Yeah, Delicium. No, I haven't seen it. We could check it out. Thoughts on Beam?
Like...
First meme on there is Beam Cat. Hey, I think it's actually up a whole lot today. I think Beam was up a whole lot today, and Kulo was up a whole lot today, folks. If we look just at some of the meme coins that we have been sharing, Kulo's doing pretty good today. I don't know if Beam Cat's going to be doing good. If we look here, okay, it is up. It's up 7% today, and channel favorite. I honestly don't know if it's going to be red or green. We're about to expose it. Okay. 10% to the upside. Hey, now 10.2.
Yeah.
All right. So Snake moving closer and closer to 2% of a penny. Then it's half a penny. Next thing you know, you're knocking on the door of a penny, everybody. Snake to a penny.
Snake to, I don't know about that.
7x? All right.
Snake
so let's
to $1.
Let's look at its market cap. Its market cap, it'd still be under $1 billion. It'd be roughly $800 million market cap to have a penny.
I got you. I'm going to pull up a market cap calculator and compare it to Pepe.
Well, all right, yeah. What is all right? So we're shooting for 800 million, and it'd be a penny. Pepe right now is 3.4 billion.
Holy crap!
And so it'd only have to be about a fourth of Pepe.
Wait, how much? What's what the token again?
Snack and Pepe.
Oh, you're gonna sorry. Snack with the market cap of Pepe would be 4 cents. It'd be 4.7 pennies. Yeah, it'd be a 30x. Here.
Yeah, nice little 30x.
I like 30x's.
Can Snack replace Pepe?
What about?
I don't know.
What about Popcat?
What?
Popcat.
Hopcat.
No,
now you just pumping your Solana bag.
Cat.
It's so small and irrelevant. It doesn't matter on this market cap.
Kind of like our next topic.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah. Any other slot machines we should compare, chat? Any like Kulo?
Well, everyone's talking about Base. Base is like the hot thing right now.
Yes.
Base is like the new Solana. Base is the new Solana, everybody. And Toshi, I know, is one of the main ones on there. Toshi's up 2.5. This is Toshi, named after Brian Armstrong's cat. And that's cat's name is Satoshi, I think. So that I don't know. Cat tokens just don't do as good as dog tokens.
Yeah.
And I feel like since 2020, 2021, we're like, no, cat tokens, man. Cat tokens is next. Cat tokens is next. It literally has just never happened, really.
It's never happened.
Morgan Powell came out and just said, thank you for the super chat here. Best 10x possibility, render, link, or say. Well, I'm going to be covering 2 of those tokens, again, at 450 likes. So make sure you guys, we're almost there, guys. Smash that like button. This alpha has me at the edge of my seat. I mean, I love finding these rabbit holes because once you find them,
it's always great when you're like edging. When you're edging about these holes.
Are you edging about
the world's largest corporate holders of Bitcoin? We're just going to move on from that one, everyone. All right, this is a super cool graphic. All right, I almost wish they would have gone in the opposite direction there, but here we have MicroStrategy on the left side. You can see it. Now they actually have more. They're closer to 210. After that, Galaxy. After that, Marathon. Then we have Tesla. Tesla still has a lot. If you're wondering, like, well, why don't I feel like I hear more about that? Because largely it was mostly bought in 2020, Q4 2020. It was just a lot cheaper back then. Hut 8, it's a mining company. Coinbase. Block, Riot, Hive, some mining, CleanSpark.
Shout out CleanSpark. Those are the goats.
I don't know Nexon. That's a Japanese company right there. And Exodus Wallets right there. So the world's largest corporate holder. So pretty good job. Michael Saylor, though. I mean, when you look at that graph.
Nexon's like a competitor to, I believe, Celsius.
I mean, yeah. Well, MicroStrategy.
Not competition anymore, but...
MicroStrategy is just so much more lengthy when it comes to that vertical axis there. All right, yeah, that's just Michael Saylor for you. That's why I'm dressed like him today, folks. Yeah, if you didn't know, I'm dressed like Michael Saylor today. All right, crypto fan.
Dress for the job you want.
I clicked it again.
I want to own 1% of Bitcoin.
Hell yeah,
so
baby.
I'm dressing like it, baby. All right. Crypto fan won Ohio Senate primary that could alter the industry's U.S. destiny. He's going to be the Republican nominee for Senate in Ohio, facing Sherrod Brown in this year's general election. There he is with his coat flapping in the wind. Let's see. So Bernie Moreno, his name, he needs to change his last name to Monero. and I guarantee he'll like surge in Google searches. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, so Bernie close to Monero. He's going to face off against the crypto doubter, Sherrod Brown. I would say crypto's my number 3 political, thing that I care about the most. Number 1, we got to stop our debt situation. Although it's weird because it kind of fuds my own crypto bags. I should want to elect politicians who don't care about our debt situation, but I'm debt, wars, and then probably crypto right there. Yeah, maybe I need to start voting for people who want to raise our debt like incredible amounts.
Isn't that
That'll
every
just
politician?
pump our Bitcoin.
Every politician. Name one politician that doesn't do that.
There's some Rand Paul fan out there like, not all of them.
Not all of them. He just, no, I'll just hold back on that because of his. Yeah. Does anybody remember what he said about restaurant owners and who they can and cannot serve? There's always something wrong with the politician, no matter who it is.
Yeah. There's like very few people that like everybody agrees. You know what? I just like that person no matter what. There's Keanu Reeves. I don't know. I think it's just Keanu.
And Taylor.
That's a hot button.
I think Keanu is president. Taylor is vice.
Who's more likable versus Keanu Reeves? Nobody.
Nobody's more likable.
I don't think anyone's more likable.
Shaq.
Who?
Shaquille O'Neal.
No, Shaq's a jerk. Shaq
No,
plays like a
Shaq
complete
would be
a-hole on the Pocky One Chip Challenge on TNT's basketball program. He also plays like a giant a-hole on Hot Ones. He's a bully.
Dude, I would love to see him as new.
Watch him on Hot Ones.
Jean-Pierre. Imagine he speaks on behalf. He's at the press conferences.
That would be that. I would pay money to see that. But yeah, no, Shaq plays off like a complete bully on Hot Ones because he can't handle hot food and he gets embarrassed and then he starts acting out like a little child.
Let's get guys. Start spamming those W's because I'm about to share with you guys. We're almost there. Start spamming the W's. Start spamming the RWA products you love. We need to see some hype in the chat before I show you guys this rabbit hole because we're going to go down.
No one's got any. Keanu Reeves, born in Canada, he'll never be our president. All right. Yeah. No one's got anything better than Keanu. Yeah. So national treasure. I agree. Yeah.
Who's
P. Diddy?
Who's the national treasure? What American's
he's
the
not
national
on that
treasure?
list.
I just space out.
National treasure. Well, I heard if you flip the Declaration of Independence backwards, there's a map, and then that map will lead to a national treasure.
Nicolas Cage for presidency.
Yeah, it's like under the Washington Monument or something. No, it's under the Lincoln Monument, and you got to climb up his pant leg. Anyways, Fed Chair Powell. I don't know why I said that. No secret lab brewing a digital dollar surprise. Here he is saying, "Hey, man, It's almost like he's trying to FUD the narrative about BlackRock's tokenization and BlackRock's stablecoin that they're trying to make. And he's like, yeah, there's no secret lab brewing a digital dollar surprise. Do you think that the BlackRock stablecoin could be used as a test case for a CBDC?
Well, yes.
That's a hot take.
I would say, imagine if BlackRock owns the data, all the data you need for a CBDC. Who really makes the money off that, right? And it's kind of like managing the Federal Reserve's funds. And so I think that's a perfect. Well, let's get to that story first.
Well,
this is gonna be a perfect segue.
He said, "Hey, you know what DZ said is all just hogwash," because he told reporters that a CBDC isn't currently being worked on in secret by the bank here. So it's wrong to say we're working on a CBDC and that we've secretly got a lab here.
He's going to be like this.
Where we've got one and where we're just going to spring it on Congress at the right moment. We don't.
I don't believe that. I think that they're going to do this in 3 years. But it was always public, and it's going to be on some random news outlet no one's ever heard of and buried somewhere.
I'll say this: when the government says we don't have a secret lab, you should believe them.
Yeah, okay? You should believe them that they have no secret labs and that the $6 trillion that the Pentagon can't find are just obviously not real money. It doesn't go anywhere secret.
And if we had a big audit and then a giant explosion happened at the Pentagon, that's it's 24 hours later.
What happened to the 1.2
So let's get into the alpha here before this.
Am I wearing tinfoil?
Are we getting demonetized?
Is there like tinfoil on my hat? Right?
Well, I'm gonna take the tinfoil hat off and we're gonna go down. Well, I gotta put it back on myself because we're going to go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, let's go down the rabbit hole, man.
To the chat here, guys. There is some people that believed that Chainlink had a partnership with securi-ties. So first and foremost, I do not see any partnerships with Chainlink and securi-ties other than them teaming up together for Bridge Tower Capital, which Bridge Tower is partnering with securi-ties, and Bridge Tower or Tower is partnering with Chainlink. So
all right, so we
Securitize
gotta,
and Chainlink,
okay,
not connected.
This person is in the important meetings and the important rooms. Is Bridge Tower Capital? Okay, so what's the deal with this Bridge Tower Capital?
Why
is
did
there
I
a
get?
token?
I was just answering the question to people saying that Securitize was partnered with Chainlink.
No, we're working down the rabbit hole together. I'm holding their hand.
So let's start at the beginning then. So of course, Securitize is a partnership, right? This is what we were all talking about today. What I did was I went and found the CEO on LinkedIn. I just wanted to see what his past history was.
He looks like Brian Armstrong missing some tea.
And some jawline.
I don't know why I said that.
I think he's a very handsome guy.
Yeah, he's a handsome guy.
I see a lot of similarities.
He's actually a guest tomorrow.
Well,
he's a guest.
Scrolling down, I went to Experience, and you'll notice that, of course, he's the founder and CEO of Securitize, and he's also, at the same time, he is the founder and managing partner of Spice Venture Capital. So this obviously is going to show... Spice Venture. They got some spicy
so they like
investments.
Dune. They like Dune. I'm already on board.
So are they on Arrakis?
The purpose of this, which launched with Securitize at the same time and is out in Dubai here, is disrupting venture capital blockchain. So I was like, okay, well, the Securitize, they obviously launched BlackRock's new token. So they have money, they have backing. They've been, working together closely for the last 6.5 years at this point. So let's go look into their portfolio. So of course, I went to their website.
I saw big names right there already.
I scrolled down. Yeah, we invest into leading players of the tokenization ecosystem. So Securitize invested into Backed. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but I know Backed. It's Backed.
It's Backed.
It's definitely Backed. It's BAKKT, and this is actually, I think, ICE. If I'm not mistaken. INX. So there's two tokens on this list. Okay, there is a security token, INX. INX is about a $50 million market cap token. It doesn't move too much, but this is a security token we'll talk about in 2 seconds. And the other project, guys, the other project they're invested into is Render. Otoy's token, Render. Again, popping up on these lists. Those are the only 2 tokens that they invest into. And those are the only ones that have ties to Securitize. There is no Chainlink integration that I have found or I have seen. So those are going to be the 2 bigger ones. And it does make sense for INX, as INX operates a fully regulated U.S. cryptocurrency trading platform, which if you guys haven't seen it, this is called Security Token Services. This isn't their platform. The reason why I'm showing you this is the coin market cap of essentially security tokens, which I have no idea.
I am freaking thrilled by this. I love how you found this just live. And really what I'm finding, the takeaway I'm seeing, we have this company, they're investing in coins, only 2, and they're investing in exchanges. Yeah. What are the odds those exchanges are going to add these small market coins?
And that's pretty high. That would be my lead-in, was like, okay, so... BlackRock's working with this company, and this company, again, only chose 2, and they have another blockchain provider I'm going to talk about in just a second. But I wanted to share this. This is called Security Token Services Market, and I would really save this website if you guys want to be ahead of the game, because, again, I keep saying RWAs are going to be kind of that ISO 222 narrative. I think the security token market is highly undervalued. It's underrated. I've talked about it actually for a very long time at this point. And this will have, again, just security tokens listed on its website. And I think there's going to be a huge narrative or wave in this moving probably into 25.
Oh my God.
I still think it's a little bit early, but this is the coin market cap of that. And look, Spice VC is listed right there as well. So they're very much in the security token asset, digital asset class, and they're integrating that with, of course, blockchain. So the alpha here is INX token. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be something that moves to, multi-$100 million market cap. Obviously, the price action is very, very slow, very, very limited, has not moved with this bull run. But right now, sitting at 30 cents. And then the other token, this made me have to reanalyze, of course, what's going on with Render. I got to do a little bit deeper of a dive into this. But seeing Otoy, again, Render here, as the only product they're invested into, gives me, a little bit more oomph. I don't know what the right word is behind it with Render, but starting to analyze that token
Here's why I'm excited. The opportunity on INX looks nuts. So I just did a little cursory research. We did not plan this. You did it live. I'd never heard you say INX before. Or we share my screen here. There's probably some viewers at home. Well, Render has a very high market cap. It's in the billions. But you said this other token, coin number 2, has a $50 million diluted market cap. It's $58 million. You can see it right there. The question is, well, how the heck do I buy this? How do I capitalize off this new information that I just received here? And if you want to figure out how to do this, some of you already know what I'm about to say. Go to markets right here. And this is what I found interesting. Once you click on it, one place to buy it, and it's on the INX exchange. Yeah. Holy crap. You want to talk about some opportunity? We don't have the degens buying this on MetaMask. We don't have the degens buying this on PancakeSwap or even Crypto.com or even Binance with a VPN. I haven't clicked this before. I don't know. So this is what Is this what the thing looks like? This is what the exchange looks like. I don't know if it's gate kept from Americans. I don't know anything about this, but I just can't help but say I think there's opportunity with this because it's so difficult to buy. I don't know, man.
I don't know if that's because of how regulated it is, though. And I have to give my props because I've known about this token for a long time. I actually learned about it from Crypto Mason back in like 2021. So this is why I want to say I don't know if this is going to happen this cycle at all. It still might be a year, 2 years, or a cycle away. But security tokens, the entire industry, it used to be the only crypto or the only security token that was above $1 billion market cap was an Negro Group right here, and they are 16 billion. They're the largest by far. And then it used to be like T0 right here. We've talked about in the past. I think that's the only one I've talked about on this list in the past. But it is a very, very small emerging sector industry. I still think it's a few years away because it's going to rely on complete regulation, and the government is slower than any sector in the planet. So will this be that narrative that pops up now? I don't know, but it's very important to realize BlackRock launched with a token with securi-ties, and the only other projects that securi-ties is working with that have tokens are, of course, INX, Spice, which is listed on here. They have their security token, and Render.
And I see another bullish thing right here in the
Render's
charts.
the only non-security token, by the way.
Yeah, people say you don't know what Render does. You know what Render does?
Render?
Yeah.
He had a 3-hour stream
GPU
about
rendering.
it.
You want me to explain that? I don't know. Yeah,
decentralized GPU,
essentially decentralizing,
sharing compute,
and you can pay
rendering.
and use it for their data market.
Yeah, and it's an old business model that's been around for years. NVIDIA is one of their first ways that they made money besides selling chips was this same exact product.
To explain like why the token actually matters and the utility behind it for people that are using GPU rendering, I could not explain that to you.
It's just for the buying and selling of this storage, or I'm sorry, of this rendering. I'd have to do a little bit more research. But back to what I was saying originally, some I'm seeing that makes me a little bit bullish on here. You're seeing, I might add a new suspiciously strong support. You see suspiciously strong support oftentimes with VC-backed, multimillionaire-backed, billionaire-backed tokens, because the billionaires don't really care, oh yeah, this token's down, yeah, market buy $5 million worth. Where did you see a very large cap token that had a suspiciously strong support? BNB. BNB had a suspiciously strong support, and then look how much this thing has been running lately. So I'm getting echoes of whale buying pressure when I see how flat that support just was. So maybe I'm just making stuff up. Maybe it's nothing there. Maybe I'm just seeing straight horizontal lines when they shouldn't even belong there. That's just my DZ's takeaway right there. We do have a couple more stories. ETH L2 adoption is going to be big after Denkun upgrade. We're seeing Base. I think Base seems to be the big winner right now. Looks like Grow the Pie weekly transaction count is increasing on Arbitrum, OP, Base, Starknet. So growing on everything. And I didn't read the article ahead of time. Who's winning? Base. Base is up 187%. So a lot of attention is on Base right now. We shared the Base meme coin earlier in the show. Coinbase asks customers to wait after reporting transaction failures. Some are saying bullish, some are saying bearish. There's a lot of transaction failures with Base, and you often see that when there's a lot of usage. And so some are going to say, oh, it's bullish because, everyone's using it. Then someone else will say, oh, it sucks. Well, why does it suck? Well, you can't use it. Well, why can't you use it? You can't use it because everyone's using it. Well, I thought you said it sucks because no one's using it. But anyways, we keep rolling here. Coinbase to launch futures trading for Dogecoin, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash on April 1st. Nick, did I say Doge ETF before this article?
You did.
I did, folks. Are they listening to us?
No.
Okay. I need to really take off the tinfoil here. All right, Coinbase derivatives kicking off futures trading for Doge, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Folks, this is just maybe saying Dogecoin. I think there's meme coins that are going to just absolutely destroy this when it comes to multiples. Like, yeah, Dogecoin did a 5x. This coin did a 50x, 500x. But I think Dogecoin is probably the safest meme coin when it comes to will you lose 80, 90% of your value? Dogecoin seems the least likely for that to happen. I'm sorry, Sheeb holders. I think Doge is a little bit safer than Sheeb. Sorry, Corgi. Sorry, Kokinu. All those coins. Snake. I think all those coins are probably at better multiples. But if there's a bloodbath and Bitcoin's price, Doge is going to perform best. And Speaking of that, Dogecoin open interest nearing $1 billion as price goes up. So we might see a little bit of a bounce there. And everybody watching on X, we're getting pretty close to 2,000. If you could just hit retweet on us, if you want, if not, no biggie. But that might help pump your own bags. I know you want to do that too. Keep scrolling here. Cardano, we got some good news. I keep looking for these FUD articles for Cardano. The bad news, I just keep seeing good news left and right. They added 40,000 smart contracts in, what are we looking at? About 83 days. So in 83 days, 40,000 smart contracts. Huge right there. Was that 5,000 a day? As it happens, 500. The number of Plutus scripts on the Cardano network, including V1 and V2, has reached the figure of, those liars. It's 39,000 on March 19th, which is an impressive feat and 171% increase considering the number of Cardano smart contracts on January 1st stood at 14,000. So we're seeing a huge increase just from January 1st to now. And about 25,000 have been added in just this year. So didn't add 40,000 in 2024. It accumulated a total up to 40,000. So Finbold, you're lying to us, and we don't appreciate it. Who did it? You know what? It wasn't the author. It's going to be the editor. So the editor, we'll give the author a pass here. The figures for these currently amounting to 6,000 from 6,000 January 1st. So this is just a little chart showing the amount of new Plutus scripts here. V1 is no longer really in use, but they still count that to the aggregate total. And it looks like it's adding about 500 each day, which is what I said earlier, adding about 82 V1s every day and 400 V2 scripts per day. Price analysis looks like there was a considerable drop, and someone in the chat pointed out this is the biggest loser in the top 10 of the past 7 days. What we have seen is the biggest losers of the top 25, top 50 tend to be the biggest gainers, say 2 weeks later, 1 month later. Will history repeat itself with Cardano? Maybe, but Cardano was one of the biggest gainers not that long ago. If we look here, folks, it was not that long ago. We touched 80 cents, and just like that, we plummeted back down. Yeah, look at March 14th. That was 7 days ago. 7 days ago, we were riding high. And then there's, now you see the FUDders coming out. Well, the 7 day, that's part why the 7 day is so bad. It's because it was just so good. Filecoin sinking 26% in 7 days. Time to stock up. They're saying a little bit of an opportunity here. I've gone on record my thoughts on Filecoin, but for the new viewers who haven't joined before, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you got on notifications. We do bring you live content 5 days a week. There's an important metric no one talks about with Filecoin. Filecoin, under $10, and it used to be 180. So you're looking at under 10. So you're looking at a 20x. What? Filecoin's going to do a 20x to hit all-time highs? It's time to load up.
Nani?
But then you hit market cap. And that 20x becomes a 3x. Market cap right now is 4.5-ish, I want to say, 4.7. And if you look, it reached a peak of 12.5, 4.7 times 3 is 13.1. And so, I'm sorry, 14.1. So yeah, we're not even a 3x. So you're really looking at a 2 point something x. Your 20x becomes a 2.9x.
Yucky.
So just be careful. Thoughts on Celo, Cello? I'm not sure. Sui and Ondo are still a buy. Sui, I think, has been pumping because it hadn't. Oh my God, 18% today. Woo.
Hell yeah, baby.
I hesitate buying a wick.
Look at that market cap, though. Look at that one. Oh, it's exploring new all-time highs.
New all-time highs. It is a $2 billion market cap. I think it can go high. I think it is going to go higher. I think it's a buy for me. Ondo also had that nice little pump. Big shout out to the viewers who have notifications on. You got in cheap. And look, the thing is still up, man, 34%. We hit max. We hit market cap. I mean, we're still above $1 billion.
I mean, when a coin.
Yeah, honestly, it's not bad for $1 billion market cap coins, flirting around the bottom of 100, top of, 120. I think it's going to outperform a lot of its peers in that range.
Yeah, we had Crypto Crank asked Josh if he started getting into Linea network. I have not even looked into that network, homie. I think if that's from Telegram or anything, no, I have not even looked into it, or I do not own it at all.
All right, Crypto Crabman. I don't know what the culturally appropriated language was.
Because I said Nani?
Nani? Okay. He was saying Nami, Cardano wallet. Nami? He was just saying his favorite Cardano.
Nani?
wallet. Yeah, it's Nami. Say a project is based on promises by projects with products first. Web3 Me is that is a very, very good strategy to not get wrecked. But Web3 Me,
95% of the crypto industry.
It's not the strategy to find a 20x. And so Web3 Me, if you want to put small funds in 20 different coins, I think it's an okay strategy for that type of thing. If you're like, hey, I got 3 coins, set it, forget it, cold storage. Yeah, Web3 Me is 100% right. It's not the strategy for you.
The other thing, if you guys are like new to crypto, utility doesn't matter in the sense of if you're trying to make money. I mean, utility matters in the grand scheme of things. And some people try to tell you they're in it for the tech. Nobody's in it for the tech. They're in it to grab liquidity and make money within these cycles. You could have the cure for cancer. If you have no idea how to market that cancer product, you're never going to sell that cancer product. But they're a cure for cancer. So it's the same thing when talking about crypto. This is like why chat's fighting back and forth on XRP, right? Everybody's like, oh, XRP, ISO 222. It's got the utility of the new financial instruments or whatever it is. It's going to be this paradigm shift, and it never happened, right? And everybody was sold this false reality that token was going to go to 10K, that it was going to go to $100, that was even going to go to $10, right? And now it's the same case, and then you had the opposite effect with things like Solana. Solana had tons of network outages, was still to this day has issues with its network. But because of the marketing and the community behind it, that's what's elevated it to such insane gains over the years. And you're going to see the same thing within layer 2s, within DEXs, within products, the whole nine.
Web3, you can find projects with product that moon like a mofo. Yeah, sure. I agree with that. But you could find, more with some that don't. Generally speaking, there's going to be more upside if your product isn't launched yet and you do have a product versus your product is launched yet. But I'm not disagreeing with you whatsoever.
Yeah.
Hodling or trading more profitable depends if you can control your emotions. If you can't master your emotions, you will get wrecked, especially leverage trading. And if we go ahead and wrap it up and check on the trade right now, folks, how are we doing? We are still nicely in profit, looking at that 63 cents level. And we have a stop loss set kind of low here, but we got in at a great time. And if we check on the Slurf's up, baby. Slurf's up.
Wow.
So cowabunga. Oh my God.
Cowabunga.
Oh, I was on the 1 hour chart. I was like, what the heck's up with these charts here? Yeah. Well, yeah. On the Slurf chart, my 1 hour chart trade. Boy, does that look pretty good. So, folks, that's all we got. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. We're bringing you this content 7 days a week. And I got to go to research a phone record on ETH. And I've identified some secret metrics. And we're going to look at Bitcoin ETF. And we're going to identify some targets. 3,500 is FUD. That's all I got.
Later, guys.